Hello Scorpio, welcome to your reading for mid-May. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. Alright Scorpio, I'm primarily a love reader. That's what I'm going to focus on. If anything else pops up, I will address it, of course. And if this reading does indeed resonate with you, then any interaction with it, whether it's a like or a comment or a subscribe, will not only help my channel grow, it's going to add your energy to the collective pool and make it easier for me to read for everyone just a little bit better. Alright, we're going to freestyle your reading today and we're going to start off with some oracle cards. We have freedom. That's appropriate. After that massive eclipse in your sign on the 5th, I feel like we're all feeling a little free. Are we not? Because there's been tremendous release and Mercury is getting out of retrograde very, very soon. So that's a bonus. And we have message of forgiveness, Scorpio. That is appropriate. And it's quite big for you. Now, I'm not calling you out or anything. I love Scorpios. I have some very dear friends who are Scorpios. But you guys don't let go of grudges very easily because you can get very deeply hurt, right? I feel like you're releasing something. You are forgiving somebody and you're forgiving yourself, and that is what is helping you feel free. You're giving yourself the closure that you need. Oh, my dog just walked in. Hi. Sit down. Yeah, hang on a minute. I'm going to go shut the door. The others will follow him. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. You will hear a little grunting. He's a chubby boy. All right. So I was saying, you are letting go of a grudge. You are forgiving someone. Maybe you didn't get the closure that you needed. Maybe you're having to give it to yourself, right? We will see. Yeah, he's going to be all over the tripod. Okay, that's a lot. I'll just take the ones that flipped over. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, there was a lot of pain here. The Three of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles. You've had to learn a lot through this. I'm almost getting you couldn't wait to be free of the pain. It took you a while. The Ten of Swords is the most painful card in the deck, right? This is betrayal. It is sadness, putting it mildly. And with the Three of Wands, it's like you were constantly looking to the future, that I just want to be free of this. With the Page of Pentacles, you had to teach yourself. You had to teach yourself how to be free. And with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it could have been incredibly slow, painfully slow to get closure from this, to get over this, whatever this is. But, card fell. But you've managed. You have finally managed. With the Five of Wands, I feel like the conflict that surrounded this situation is still resounding in your mind, right? And with the Moon, it's bringing out triggers and traumas that you may have experienced when you were a child, which is why it's almost like you're having to rewrite your genetic code, your DNA, because this has ingrained itself very heavily in your psyche, which is why we have freedom. This eclipse, now I know it was a while away, but this energy is going to be with us for at least 6 months. Use it. Use it to your advantage. I saw the moon at the bottom, so it is quite significant. Google the lunar eclipse, or if you follow me on Instagram, I put up a post there about this eclipse and the energy it carried. Especially for you, Scorpio, it was in your sign, right? So any kind of heaviness you're feeling it for a reason, because it finally needs to be released. It finally needs to be released, Scorpio. Five of Cups. You cannot hold on to this sadness anymore. Allow yourself forgiveness. The hardest thing one has to do is forgive somebody who hasn't even asked for an apology. Who hasn't even, apologized, pardon me. Who hasn't asked for forgiveness. The Ace of Swords. With the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, I feel like you are prioritizing your essence, who you are. I feel like you may have lost yourself in this journey. You may have lost yourself in this pain. It's like you were floating around in this very, very dark ocean. This Ace of Swords is your taproot. That one cell or that one piece of DNA that is authentically yours, that hasn't changed, that doesn't need to change. Does that make sense? One little characteristic that makes you you. Hold on to that. And this could be achieved by reaching out to a childhood friend. And this happened to me once. I was swimming in this dark ocean a couple of years ago. And I'm going to get emotional if I talk too much about it, but I'll quickly tell you. I didn't feel like myself anymore because all I could feel was pain. And this was pain that was created for me, of course, but a bit of it I created. I did it to myself. I allowed myself to be in a situation that was so difficult, to the point where I couldn't even recognize myself anymore. And instinctively, the first thing I did was I reached out to, I'm getting a little emotional, I reached out to a childhood friend. Because, well, she knew me before this pain took over, before this pain changed me. And I wanted her to remind me who I was. I spent the day with her, and that's exactly what she did. That was my taproot. Okay? This could be visiting a family home, right? This could be visiting old friends. This could be reconnecting with an old stuffed toy. It doesn't matter. That one piece of DNA that made you unapologetically you. Tap into that and grow from there. The Nine of Pentacles, that's freedom. It's financial freedom, of course. For some of you that is applicable. But more than anything, it's emotional freedom. It is being untethered. Ace of Pentacles. And I'm going to say the same thing I say in most of my readings. The Nine of Pentacles is the benchmark, not the 10. Once you get to this place of wholeness and integrity within yourself, the last pentacle, the Ace, is offered by the universe as a reward to complete the 10 of Pentacles, which is a happily ever after, right? This is what's coming in for you. But before it does, you need to free yourself. You need to free yourself from whatever this is. Wow, very heavy reading. All right, there we are. 10 of Cups and the King of Cups. I feel like you had a lot of hopes banked on whatever this was. There was a lot of love here. And this 10 of Cups, because you had invested so much in it, because you saw the potential in it, the longevity in it, it was even more painful for you when it came crashing down, right? If you had invested, let's say, 3 cups in a situation and they had spilt over, it wouldn't have caused you as much pain, but it was 10 cups that you had filled. That's why you're feeling the 10 of Swords. The Devil with the 3 of Wands, exactly. You see how they're tied to each other, right? That's Saturn. This is Capricorn energy. It's Saturnian energy. Saturn will teach you the harshest lessons. And it will keep teaching you those lessons till you learn. It's very unapologetic that way. Saturn doesn't really sugarcoat anything. It's not Jupiter or Venus. Saturn is going to put you through the ringer till you learn the lesson. And I think you've learned it. You have understood what belongs in your life and what doesn't. Karmic tie or not, you have learned the lesson. The 10 of Swords is karmic lessons learned. It's rock bottom, right? The only way forward now is up. Whoever this was brought out the worst in you. We have the Queen of Wands with the Page of Pentacles, and I feel like you are trying to work on yourself. You are trying to cultivate your passions. Some of you may be working out, exercising, looking good, feeling good, or at least trying to feel like yourself again, learning how to be yourself again is what I'm getting. The Queen of Wands can be, again, no gender in tarot, is someone who's very independent, right? It's someone who doesn't really need anybody for fulfillment. You are inherently like that, Scorpio. Some of you may have forgotten that. Some of you may have entered a codependent situation, because that's what the devil archetype is. It's codependency. You are extracting yourself from that and learning how to be whole. And I admire you for that. We have the Hermit with the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you may need to be in a little bit of isolation to do so, because being a Scorpio, you may be an empath. Yep, exactly. Page of Cups. You may be an empath. And a little bit of isolation is key for you to vibrate in your inner essence again. Six of Cups wanted to show up. Now, I was getting this even before I got the Six of Cups. It's possible if there was absolute no contact, no communication in this situation, that is going to change. How that comes about for you, I don't know. I'm not psychic. But with the Six of Cups, I'm getting all of that pain, it may be alleviated and it may be replaced with feelings of nostalgia, good feelings of nostalgia, right? The happy memories replacing the bad ones. And that's what helps us be free. That is that message of forgiveness. Oh, I shuffled, but we had the Page of Cups, remember? Page of Cups and the Ace of Swords. I did say it's difficult to forgive someone who hasn't asked for forgiveness. But I feel like that apology is coming in, because someone has realized what you meant to them. I don't know if this apology is attached to something else, to an offer, maybe, I don't know. But whatever communication this is, it is authentic. It is laced with truth. There is no BS here. Mercury is going out of retrograde. Things are going to get back to normal. You will be able to trust your speech and other people's speech again, which is a bonus. We have the Moon. Yeah, it wanted to show up. And it showed up around this area, if you remember. It showed up at the bottom of the deck. I feel with the Fool, I can say this till I'm blue in the face. Scorpio, don't carry the bitterness. Just carry the lessons and be on your merry way. The Fool carries no baggage. That's all he's carrying, right? What is that? Those are lessons. That's not emotional baggage. In our, time and day, for our emotional baggage, we will need trunks and trunks of space. This is just lessons. Don't dwell on the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is the most nonsensical card in the tarot for me. I feel like getting rid of it every time I buy a new deck, because it is petty fights, it's petty conflicts, it's petty arguments, it's nagging, it's ridiculous, it's nonsense, right? Don't let your mind marinate in the ifs, buts and maybes. What you should have said, what could have been said, what you should have heard, all of that, let it go. The Moon can, like I said, bring up those triggers. Allow the triggers to resurface, but heal them and release them with grace. Some of you may have put yourselves in a victim mindset, and that happens. I'm not calling you out, we all do this. But this is not the time to throw yourself any pity parties, because that eclipse should empower you. The Two of Pentacles with the Five of Cups. King of Swords, Ace of Pentacles and the Empress. Look, till you keep weighing up this situation in your mind, you will keep marinating in that sadness. You will keep marinating in that apathy. You need to pull yourself out of this. And probably the only way you can do that is getting back in touch with your spirituality. Meditate. Plain and simple, Scorpio. Meditate. try and change your vibration, because still you are vibing at this frequency of pain and apathy and sadness. That is what you're going to attract to yourself. You'll attract more of it. That's how the law of attraction works, right? Lift yourself up, lift your spirits up, do whatever you need to do that. And you will magnetize miracles to yourself. That I can promise you. We have the High Priestess with the Ace of Swords. I'm not talking about this for no reason. I'm talking about your spirituality because it's showing on the table. There is something that needs to be tapped into here, Scorpio. Something that you are ignoring, something that you are missing. It's almost like you're functioning from a 3D level, which is why you're feeling all this pain. You need to start communicating with your higher self, because your higher self is never going to sit in this energy. It's constantly going to want to pull you out. The High Priestess is your intuition. It is your crown chakra. It is your third eye. It is that ancestral wisdom that you're born with, right? That is your truth. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Ten of Wands. And the Empress wanted to show up again. You need to grow. You need to grow out of this, Scorpio. I feel like you will. Eventually, I feel like you will. You're on your merry way already. And what that's going to do is, like I said earlier, the law of attraction, right? Once you start pouring all that love into yourself, the love that was taken away from you, the love that was never given to you, once you start pouring it within, it makes you attractive, it makes you charming, it makes you have that spiritual glow up. That is when the correct offers start coming in, not offers that are going to lead you back to that Ten of Swords energy. The Nine of Pentacles is the most important card in your reading today, Scorpio. Freedom. It's almost like the albatross around your neck. What was that poem when we were kids? The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Google it. Read it. The albatross around your neck needs to be released. The Nine of Swords. Don't be afraid to be alone. For a minute. Do not be afraid. You're forgetting how powerful you are. You can manifest miracles for yourself. And if you're alone for just a minute, doesn't mean you're going to be alone forever. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. The Four of Swords and the Sun. Focus on that taproot. Focus on your joy. What makes you happy? Remove variables from your life, Scorpio. I feel like there are too many variables around you. Way too many. And those variables, those people are affecting your power. They're diluting your power. And you've given it away very freely. And I don't like that, especially for a Scorpio. I'm a Cancer Sun, Pisces Moon. I get water energy. If a Cancer or a Pisces did this, they have a free pass, right? Not a Scorpio. You're ruled by Pluto. Come on. You of all people cannot give your power away. Call it back. Call it back to yourself. And forgive. Be free. Allow yourself to be free of this pain. Imagine how good it's going to feel. Alright, that was it. Very intense, very deep reading, Scorpio. But I hope it helped even one person out there. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.